Welcome to the third installment of your Pilates original repertoire workouts. This is the intermediate level, so you've probably done the beginner and the progressive. This version is going to have all of the standard exercises to the best of my ability at their full level. There's a few that we might progress later on down the track that enjoy all 34 back to back. There won't be a lot of stopping to explain in this workout. We're going to try and string it together nice and quickly, so buckle up. You may want to do a little warm-up of your own before we get started, because we fire our way straight into the 100, if you know that one, and it's non-stop from there. So feel free to pause, do your own little warm-up, just kind of get everything moving, especially if it's early and you've just woken up. Otherwise, we'll get straight into it. Come lying down onto your mat. Legs are long, arms reach down. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, roll your head up, lift your feet, reach forward. Breathe in as you beat the arms for 5, and out. Good, in, and out. 10 breaths of in for 5, and out for 5. And out. Trying to hold this shape. Legs extended and reaching away. And out. Good. In. Out. 3 breaths to go in. And out. In. And out. Last one, in. And out. Lower the legs slowly to the mat. Release the head down. Reach your arms back behind you. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, head picks up. We roll toward our feet. Reach forward. Take a breath in here. And then breathe out as we roll all the way down. So exercise number 2 is the roll up. Breath in at the bottom. Breath out. Peel the back. Up and over. Big breath, expand the ribs, and then roll back down. We're trying to articulate that spine. So we're moving segmentally. Taking our time, especially with the lower back. Can be a lot harder to push down. You might have quite a large curve in your lumbar naturally, so if it doesn't fully touch, that's okay. But that's where we're going to slow it down to get the back to move if you need to. This is our last one here. Good. Right back down. Making sure your head is on the mat and there's nothing too close behind you. You're going to lift the legs up above you. Arms reach by your side. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, peel your bottom off the mat. Reach your hips to the sky as your feet come behind you. Inhale, open the legs, flex the feet. Exhale, roll with control to the mat. Point those toes, circle the legs as you inhale. Exhale, up and over, legs parallel to the face. If your feet touch the floor, you're welcome to reach down, separate them, flex them, and then lower. Trying to leave the head on the mat. Beautiful. Sweep around, up and over, flex the feet, shoulder width, roll it down. This time, we're going to leave the feet separate as we roll. And when we come to the top of the range, legs come together with those feet flexed to place your back on the mat. Circle around, leave the legs apart, come up and over. Long C curve in the spine. Trying to balance the weight on the shoulders more so than the head. Lower with control. Last one in this direction, feet apart as we come up and over. Flex, bring together, and lower down. Don't worry about the circle of the legs. Leave one up, lower the other one straight down. Ready for leg circles. Coming across the body first, down, around, and up. I like to breathe in as I come down and out as I come up. Some people prefer 1 breath per circle. Go around the plants, and then we're going to reverse. out to the side, down, around, and up. You've got the choice of keeping it small and trying to keep those hips really still, or using that momentum and swinging the leg around. Bring it back to the top. Scissor change the legs, other leg, across the body first. Down, around, and up. Good. Just doing 5 each way, trying to keep those hips relatively level if we can. Last one this way, and then reverse it away from your body first. Down, around, and up. Keeping your head nice and flat to the mat and parallel to the ceiling. Last one. Lower the leg. Draw the knees into the chest. Rock up to your bottom. Ready for rolling like a ball. Number 5. Tail tucked under, face looking down. Deep C curve in the back as we inhale, roll. Exhale, balance. Inhale, roll. Exhale, balance. Gorgeous. Making sure we try and hold the tightest shape that we can. So feet draw to your seat, face is down, and pause at the top. One more. You're going to hold it here. Both hands on one knee, extend the other leg out, roll to your back for single leg stretch. Number 6. Exhale, push your leg away. Inhale, center, exhale, push your leg away. Good. Keep the elbows wide. Opposite hand to knee. Same hand to ankle, keeping that leg lined up as opposed to drawing it across the body. Good. 3, 2, 1. Keep the tucked knee in. Bring the second one to join it. Don't set the head down. You're going to keep it up as you inhale, reach long with both sets of limbs. Exhale, tuck back in. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, tuck back in. Trying not to let your spine arch backwards, but either stay in a neutral or in flexion. Legs just go as low as we can without the back having to change shape. Good, one more. And then from here, we're going to roll back up and separate the feet. Mat width apart if you're on a narrow mat, or just wider than shoulders. Right up on your bottom bones. Arms out in front of you. Inhale to sit tall and lift away from the floor. Exhale, chin to chest. Start to reach your back forward from the top as your sit bones stay planted into the floor. Breath in, breath out, reverse it, come back. Good. So your spine is like that slinky going downstairs. It starts coming up and over while the bottom of it doesn't move. Big breath in. And then use the breath out to try and come back the way you came. Beautiful. Couple more here. Or you can imagine that you've got a big waist belt on, comes right around the center of you, and someone's pulling it backwards as you pull forwards, like you're being taken in 2 directions. So there's a sense of opposition. Hands and feet reach forward as waist reaches back. Here's your last one. Reach it forward. Have a breath in. Come back. And then we're going to transition to open leg rocker. Number 9. From here, we're going to try and kick both legs straight up into our hands and catch. Arms stay straight. Tuck the tailbone under. Roll to the shoulders. And then come back up. Try and pause on your tailbone. Inhale, tuck back and roll. Exhale, come up. As you get up, you're going to try and broaden the chest. Roll it back. Roll it up. Whoop. You might not make every single one. One more here. Tuck and roll back. Come back up. Oh. Close the legs and roll to the mat. I'm going to come a little further forward. Legs are straight up in the air or wherever your tailbone is still down. Arms are out on an angle. Legs stay together as we inhale. Tip both feet to one side. Exhale, sweep around. Cross to the other side and up. So like our spine twists we've done before, with a straight leg and a dip down at the front.
drawing a capital D or a rainbow with a bottom on it, around and up. Again, trying not to arch that back, but keep it in its neutral. Good. Inhale, tip. Exhale, around. Come back, trying to make it even on both sides. One more each way. Ooh. Inhale, tip. Exhale, sweep. From your corkscrew, you're going into saw, number 11. So we're going to roll to sit and separate the feet. Wider than mat width this time. Right back up on those sit bones, arms out to a capital T. Inhale, turn to your foot. Exhale, reach your hand toward the outside of its opposite foot and the other one back. Come up straight, turn back. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Inhale, come up. Exhale, turn. Again, trying to keep both bottom bones or sit bones planted. And we're also looking for a sense of opposition here. One hand being stretched forward as the other is stretched back. And here we go. So it's a twist and a stretch at the same time. One more the other way. Reach the fingers back. Come back to center. Sweep the legs together and roll straight to your stomach. Number 12 is swan or swan dive. We'll start with a few little warm-ups and then we'll throw the arms out to the side. So, coming all the way up into a big stretch of the front of the body and back down. The same as when we're rolling up facing the other way. We're trying to articulate that spine. So instead of just coming up in a big plank, you're trying to peel yourself away from the mat and come back down. Next time we stay up. You want the back of your body working from the neck to the ankles. Everything is squeezed on so we can hold the shape. When our hands come away from the mat, our feet fly up and we catch again at the top. Down and up. Watch your face as you come down and up. If you want to put a few together and not set the hands down, doesn't matter how high you go, it can be a small rock. You're going to take your arms out to the side as you come down and let the legs swing up. And then catch. From swan, we lower back to our elbows. Elbows are right under our shoulders. Hands can be clasped or out. We're picking up from the front of the body, almost like we're in a little plank here, pushing the elbows down and lifting the neck up. Kick, kick, switch, kick, kick. 2 kicks of your heel towards your bottom, holding everything on the top half of the body still as the lower half of the body moves. If you want to make it a little harder, you can add a point and flex, point and flex, point and flex of each foot. Some days my brain will let me, and some days I can't. Always a fun little challenge to see if today's the day. Go 3, 2, 1, and then come down to the mat. One cheek on the mat, legs together, hands clasped behind your back, as far up towards your shoulder blades as your body will let you. Double leg kick is very similar with the feet. They're both going to kick into the bottom for 3. 1, 2, 3. As they reach back, we stretch the chest, reach the hands, and then flip the face to the other way. 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, big stretch. Try and keep the hands off the body if you can at the top, then rest them down. 2, 3, letting the elbows touch. Good. 1 more each way. Big lift, big stretch. Feeling like the head and feet are being pulled away from one another, and then coming back down. Beautiful. Let the legs out, roll to your back for the neck pull. Clasp your fingers together again. Loop them behind your head. Take a big breath in at the bottom, and then as we breathe out, we're going to try and roll up without our hands assisting us. So we exhale and then roll up and over into the same stretch as our spine shape. Then we unravel. Here's
the straight part of the neck pull. So grounding down through our bottom. We lean back straight. When you can't hold on any longer, tuck that tail, roll to the mat. Breath in prepares us. Breath out brings us up. Try and keep those elbows wide as you reach up and over. Inhale as you stretch. Exhale as you come back. Big lean back on a breath in with a flat back and down. Good, one more. Beautiful. Up and over. Inhale here. Exhale back to a straight sitting position. And then we're going to roll to the mat. Lift our legs. We're going to roll a little further. Up above us. And then push the feet up as if you're going to roll over. And catch your hips. Now, depending on the shape of your body, some people can get their hands underneath their pelvis and tip their hips forward. I need a little bit of grip with my thumbs to make sure I don't come down. Straight into high scissors here. One leg is up. One leg's going to lower to our face. We're just going to try and keep them even. And then switch through center. More focus on that leg reaching away than on the foot coming to our face. Because it's a lot easier to keep the legs over the face than it is to let them reach further away. So we're going to work for that challenging position. Reach the leg up. Reach the leg up, and then reset at the top, turning it into a bicycle. One leg is going to bend, the other one is going to straighten. Then find that L shape. Pass through. I'm going to try and change the position of my hands. And pass through. And pass through. Gorgeous. You also might find, fingers facing out. There you go, that's how you get out of it. Fingers facing out might work for you. It's not going to work for me today. Carrying on with that bicycle. And then can you reverse it? So take the knee closest to your face. Push it through with a bent leg. And then scoop up. Today is not my day with these high exercises. Normally they feel a lot better. It's a good lesson. Not every day is going to feel the same. You're not going to nail it every time. 3, 2, 1. With the leg that is currently the bicycle leg, lower it to the floor, keep the other leg up. Catch yourself, ready for shoulder bridge. Hands are out. Inhale the leg down. Flex it, raise it up. Point and press, flex and raise. Those toes are going to aim for the floor, but they don't necessarily have to hit the floor. Just to where you can go with those hips relatively even still. Like we're balancing a tray and we don't want to drop it. Up and down. How fast you go is up to you. The momentum you choose is best for you. Beautiful. Bring it up. Bend it. Set that foot down. Push through the heel. Pick the other leg up. Lift it high. Point and play. Press, flex and raise. Point and press, flex and raise. Squeezing really firmly through the back of that supporting leg. Trying to hold us up. So shoulder bridge is number 18. We are just past halfway. Bend the knee, set it down, squeeze, and then roll to the mat. Legs are long, arms come back behind us. Inhale here. Exhale. One roll up, straight onto our bottom. Feet stay together. We make sure we're as tall as we can be. Bent knees are fine. Arms are out to a T beside us. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, twist and pulse. Inhale back. Exhale. Keeping those legs together and hips grounded so that the legs aren't slipping. Last one. And then from spine twist, we roll back to the mat for jackknife. We're upside down again. Legs are going to come up. Hands are going to stay long on the mat. We're only going to grab our hips for support if we need to. Exhale, pick your hips up, roll yourself over into your rollover position. This time, you're going to straighten your legs right up to the ceiling like you're a candlestick. Open,
close. Roll yourself back to the mat. Do a little circle like your rollovers. Legs to your face. Lift up, lower down. It's quite a quick movement. You can try and pick up the pace as we get confident. So jackknife is another word for like a Swiss Army knife. You're imagining torso is the handle, legs are the blade. They're gonna open, close, and roll. 2 more, lower the legs, circle them, lift them up. Come over, come up, come down, and back. Weights in your shoulders. Good, last one. Come up, come down, and roll. Lower the legs to the mat, and then roll straight to one side. We're going to have an elbow out underneath us and our second hand on our head. Feel free to bend the bottom knee a little if you need some support here. Top leg is lifted to hip height. Body is long and away from the floor. We're going to flex that foot forward and point the toes back. We're trying to hold still here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Side laying exercises, lateral stability, is not my main skill. So you'll see me wobble a lot more than you're aiming for. Imagine your back's against a wall and your shoulders and your hips have to stay against it as your foot comes forward and back, forward and back. Beautiful. Sweep the legs around or roll straight to the other side. Set yourself back up. Hips in line with shoulders and elbow. Support your head. Top hand on. Bottom knee can be bent to push into the mat a little. Top leg lifts to hip height. We pull away from the floor. Exhale, kick forward. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, forward. If you want more detail, the foot will flex forward to lengthen the hamstring and then point back as we stretch that hip flexor. There's a little pulse at the front. Last one. Good. Set the leg down. Roll straight to your back. You might be facing the other direction. That's okay. We're going to teaser from here. There are 3 different types of teaser. The first one begins with our legs up on an angle, arms behind your head. Take a breath in to steady yourself. Breathe out. Try and peel yourself up and balance. We're reaching for those toes, arms and legs in a line. Leave the legs as they are and roll back to the mat. Exhale, roll up. Reach for your toes and then come back down. One more like this. Reach up, breathe in, reach out and roll back. Beautiful. Drop the legs for a second. Have a quick rest. Number 2, we roll up. We stay up with the torso and the legs lower and lift. So when you're ready, lift those legs back up. Exhale, roll. Hold your upper body. Bend the knees a little if you need to. Lower the legs. Lift them back. Trying to leave the torso where it is. It will want to tip back to counterbalance you. Hold it. Last one. Bring it up. Teaser 3. We lower both the arms and the legs at the same time. And then we lift them both. It's still about articulating the spine. It doesn't matter how pretty it is. You can see me starting to shake. It's more about the work to get there than the final position. Last one. Inhale, exhale, roll up, float those legs, and then leave the legs as they are and set the hands back. My legs are shaking today, so I'm not going to make it to the full level of the hip twist, but I'll give you a few to get started. So arms back, chest broad, eye line forward. You're going to take those legs out straight. Inhale, tip your hips to the side. Exhale, sweep around. Come back and up. Tip it off to one side. Sweep it around. Lift it up. I'm going to bend my knees. Same movement. It's like the corkscrew earlier. Inhale, tip. Sweep the knees around and back. We're trying to keep them glued together. Around and back. Good. It's a lot of work in that deep core. A lot of work in those hip flexors. Beautiful. Last one. And then come back the way we started. Set the feet down. roll to the mat, and then flip to your belly for swimming. Legs reach behind, hands reach in front. Take a breather for a quick second, and then inhale, lift up. Arms and legs are all off the floor, reaching out long like we're Superman, and then we alternate legs. Good. Breathe it out. Speed it up to whatever pace you like. Arms and legs kicking as quick as we can. Belly pulling up to help support us. Back doing a ton of work here. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come down. I'm going to push back for a little rest position. This is just something I like to add in after my back has been extended or arched backwards, if the next movement after it doesn't involve flexion. So before coming out of our swan and then our single and double leg kicks, we went into neck pull, which involved flexion. So I wasn't worried about stretching it out. But this time, we're coming into leg pull. So from the floor, tuck the toes under, push yourself up into a push-up. Use your knees if you need to. Broad through the shoulders, chest hovered up around your arms. Take one foot off the floor. Point it back. You're going to lift it, rock back, rock forward, lower it. Lift it, rock back, rock forward, lower it. You've got 3 to go on this foot. Trying to keep the leg in line with the hip. Doesn't need to go any higher. Last one. Back, forward, set the foot down. Point the other toes. Long line from toe to head. Lift it, back, forward. Down, up, back, forward. Beautiful. That's 3, 4, 5. Set the foot down. We're going to take our right hand to our left hand. Roll the feet, and then bring the left hand up and over for our leg pull back. So we're in a back plank and we're holding. Bear with me, I'm just getting eaten by mosquitoes in my backyard. Okay, back up. 5 lifts on one leg, trying to hold that steady plank, not letting the hips drop. We lift up, lower down. 1, 2, chest broad. 3, 4, and 5. Set the foot down, lift the other one up, all the weight in the right heel. Up. 2, you got it. 3, suffering with you. 4, and 5. Set the foot down, sweep the knees around, and come to a high kneel. We're in side kick kneeling. So one foot out to the side, nice and straight, and the other, sorry, mosquitoes everywhere, right underneath you. You're gonna tip over the bent knee, letting the straight leg come up, hand reach for the ceiling. Same side kick we did before, but this time, much less of us is touching the floor. We're gonna flex forward and point back. 2, just doing 5. Trying to hold yourself still. Set the foot down, push up, switch legs, tip over. Flex that foot forward, point it back. Trying to keep the ribs and hips stacked over one another. Good, 2 to go. Then I'm going to set that foot down, join the other foot to it, and sit flat for our side bend here. So, popping up into a side plank, adding a lift of the hips as the arm circles over. Hand starts further away from your shoulder if you're going to go for this version, so that you've got somewhere to go as you straighten those legs. Push out, reach up. Lift the hips and look over. Come back, sit down. Beautiful. Up and over. Sit down. Hold that plank first. Push the hips, arch the arm. Come back down. If you want to do it without the knee bend, it's just straight into a side plank up. Lift the hips down. One more this side. Side plank up. Lift the hips. Come back down. You can either roll straight to the other side or flip over.
One foot stacked in front of the other, hand out, ready to grab the mat. The other arm to your side. Push to the plank. Lift the hips, look down. Come back. Push out. Lift over. Come back. Beautiful. Just 5 on each side. Up. Down. Good. I think we've got 2 to go. You can either go the bent leg or the straight leg option. Last one here. Kick out. Lift up. Sit back down. Close the knees and roll to the mat. Take a breather. Coming into exercise number 29. The boomerang starts our rolling series of 3. Cross your legs over. Take a breath in, roll up, drape your hands over your ankles. You want to make sure you've got plenty of mat behind you here. Breath in. I'm going to tip my torso back as my legs flip up. I'm going to roll over. Switch which toe is on top. Roll back. Try and find that teaser shape. Bring my hands behind my back. Stretch my chest. And then come back over. Roll back. Almost like the catching feeling of the open leg rocker. Roll the legs overhead. Switch the feet. Drop the bottom. Hold your teaser. Sweep the arms around. Stretch the chest if you've got time. If not, you take that part out and forward. Back we go. It's going to be 3 of each. So you end up doing 6 of these. Beautiful. Circle the arms. Hit your balance in the middle. Roll it over. Switch your feet. Hit your balance again. Reach back. Stretch the chest. Sweep the arms over. Good. I think we've got 2 to go. I can't count and talk, so if you know there's more or less, you can either push to challenge or work more. Over. Switch legs. Hit your balance. This should be the last one. Stretch that back. Reach it down. Bring the legs straight towards you in a rolling like a ball position. Hands feed through the gap. Reach around to the outside of your feet for seal. You're going to clap the feet for 1, 2, 3. Chin to chest, roll it back. Try and balance on the shoulders. 1, 2, 3. Come back up. 1, 2, 3. Roll it back. This is coming from your legs, not necessarily your hands. So you're using the inner thighs to clap those feet. Last one. And up. Pause there. Cross your legs like you're sitting cross-legged. Hands go around the outside, grab the top of the feet. You want to make sure you're in about the middle of your mat, so you've got equal distance behind you and in front of you, because you may want to go into a little head balance. You're going to roll back. Switch which foot is on top. Pop the knees down, come up around your spine. If you want to, you can rest your head down, but not very hard. Belly pulls up so much that it knocks us off kilter. We roll back, switch those feet, roll over the knees, lift the belly, big C curve, pull the feet apart, drop back, go again. You don't have to do the headstand. You can just come to the knees, round yourself, and roll back. There's nothing wrong with avoiding the headstand if you're not confident yet, or for some reason you know it's not for you to put pressure on top of your head. Good, one more. Switch it out. Roll it forward. Over onto your head if you like, pulling those feet apart, and then back onto your bottom. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Roll to your belly. Here comes rocking, number 32. We're going to bend both knees. Reach back.